Yo, what is going on, guys? Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on the Arrowverse as a whole. And for this video, I will be talking about one particular character and about their future in the Arrowverse post the Arrow series finale. And as you guys would have read by the title, that character is obviously John Diggle. But before I go over anything, however, you guys don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel so you are aware of more Arrowverse content coming your way. So a couple of months ago, we obviously had the Arrow series finale, and in that episode they were obviously able to wrap up all the characters' storylines as best as they could. Now, although they did wrap up certain characters up completely, they still made it that some of these characters can still return in the near future as like a guest starring role in future Arrowverse episodes. Now, one of these characters that were left on hold, if you want to say in particular, is obviously none other than John Diggle, aka Spartan. Now, in the Arrow series finale, we obviously found out that Diggle and his family were moving to Metropolis because Lila had some sort of promotion over there, so they decided to move out of Star City. However, when Diggle was getting ready to move out, because Lila and the kids have moved like during the day, and we cut to nighttime and Diggle was about to leave to Metropolis, we then all of a sudden had this meteor-like ship crashing into the very location Diggle was at. And as Diggle approached the crash site, he discovers this box. As he opens it, we obviously see this bright green light just emit from this box. That obviously being the Green Lantern ring. So that was that massive Green Lantern teaser that we had in regards to John Diggle and his character. And I still can't get over that moment because obviously that Diggle Green Lantern thing just started off as a fan theory, and the fact that they just made that into an actual Green Lantern thing was really sick. Now, in terms of the future of John Diggle outside the Arrow series finale or post the Arrow series finale, we really had no idea what would happen with this character. Would there be a chance that we would ever see him again or not? And the most likeliest option would have been Superman and Lois, since we would be having Metropolis over there. So if Diggle was to come, then there would be a chance that we would see him cross over with Superman and Lois sometime over there. But as a Green Lantern, that would be a question of its own. So obviously another thing we were speculating was that Diggle would have made an appearance in that Green Lantern HBOMax TV show. However, that was later revealed into being its own thing and it's in its own universe. And we did actually get some new news about that TV show as well, so I might as well mention it over here real quick. So some characters that were confirmed to appearing in this TV show, we have Guy Gardner, Alan Scott, Simon Baz, and Jessica Cruz. This Green Lantern TV show from HBO Max will be 10 episodes, and it will be written by Seth Graham and co-written by Mark Guggenheim. So Mark Guggenheim, he's one of those like consultants in the Arrowverse, so it's really cool seeing him work on this show as well. But anyways, recently David Ramsey did this virtual convention alongside Katie Cassidy, and over there there was this like Q&A that took place between the fans and obviously Katie Cassidy and David Ramsey. Well, they did their own separate things, but they were both attending the same convention. Now, one of the fan questions was talking about the future of the characters and the future of John Diggle and whether we would potentially see him as Green Lantern or not. But then the answer David Ramsey gave was a really interesting one. So David Ramsey replies to the fans saying that there's news coming in regards to this Diggle and this whole Green Lantern thing, which is just very exciting. Now, there are a couple of answers in regards to this and when Diggle will return in the Arrowverse as the newly born Green Lantern. So when David Ramsey said that there was news coming, obviously the first thing that enters your head is that would he be getting his own Arrow spin-off? And that obviously being his Green Lantern show. Now, although that would be really damn cool to see, I don't see that happening due to the Green Lantern HBO Max show being a thing already, so it won't really make sense having two different Green Lantern shows. And another thing is that we know the CW is an incredibly low budget platform, and the likeliness that they'll pull off a decent looking Green Lantern, the chances are very low. So I don't think that he'll get a show of his own. Obviously, I could be wrong. Now, the next option in regards to Diggle returning as Green Lantern is obviously the most obvious one, and that most likely being the next crossover. Now, we know that our next upcoming crossover is going to be a lot smaller than the crisis that we had last season, and that is obviously because due to the pandemic, and these crossovers take really long to film. So we know that this crossover would mainly focus on Batwoman and Superman and Lois. Now, although we are getting a two-parter crossover in regards to these two shows, we also know that other characters from the other shows will also be appearing in this crossover. So like TheFlash will be appearing for this crossover, for instance. So one very likely option is that we will actually see Diggle as Green Lantern in this crossover. And if that is the case, that would be really cool to see. Which shouldn't be a problem, because although the CW is a very low budget streaming platform, Batwoman and Superman and Lois are indeed getting a higher budget for their next seasons, or in the case of Superman and Lois, it will be getting a higher budget for its first season, which is just really cool, as they could do more with it. So the chances of Diggle appearing as Green Lantern in that crossover would be a lot better, and it will look better than, let's say, if he appeared on an episode of TheFlash. Now, if Diggle isn't said to return in the crossover, another option would be that he can return as a guest star role in Superman and Lois. Although that show mainly takes place in Smallville, the Metropolis aspect of the show will make it a higher chance of us seeing Diggle appear for an episode or so for Superman and Lois, since regardless of what's happened, Diggle would have moved to Metropolis. Like, even if he went to Oa and trained like as a Green Lantern or something, he would still be in Metropolis living with his family and stuff. So with or without the ring, he would still be in Metropolis. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys think about John Diggle returning as Green Lantern, and also if you guys have any ideas on when he would return and how he would return, be sure to tell me in the comment section down below. Yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.